Hey guys, today we're going to talk about survival tabs. The company sent me these for review, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to do two videos. Today we're going to do a kind of a quick tabletop where I give my initial impressions of them, and then in about 3 weeks I'm going backpacking. I got a long, weekend planned, and the idea is I'm going to take a tub of these, and they're going to be basically the only thing I eat for that entire trip, and we're going to report back after that and let you know how they work under real world circumstances, being out there and backpacking, carrying 40 pounds on your back while you hike 10 miles a day. I think it's a very good test of how these will work and how comfortable you'll be actually utilizing them. So in about a month you'll see a second video on this. So let's talk about real quick, what are these, what are they good for, and then we'll get into kind of quality, how they taste, how they go down, all that stuff. So these survival tabs are basically a pill form of kind of almost like a condensed food, and hopefully you can see without the reflection here, it's got a good combination of fats, proteins, carbohydrates. One thing I was kind of hoping it'd have a little bit of fiber in it, but it doesn't. But it's got a lot of different vitamins, a pretty good array of what you're going to need to keep moving. And the recommended dose is 12 tablets per day, 1 tablet every hour. So basically it's to keep your blood sugars even throughout the day when you're working hard so you don't bonk out. And anyone knows, like, when you're out backpacking, long day on the trail, when I was 20 years old it was no big deal. I could just go all day and didn't care if I ate. But now that I'm older, I have to stop more frequently and grab just a snack to eat, because I'll bonk out. Tough work like that for a long time and absolutely nothing. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. So these are kind of that idea that when you're doing that hard work throughout the course of the day, keep your blood sugar levels up there, keep you from, just completely going without, getting dizzy, getting weak, feeling kind of weird. So that's the idea behind these. Now, of course, you can take more than the 12 tablets per day, but the 12 tablets is what they kind of put as their dose. Now, the 12 tablets are only about 200 calories, so this is not meant to be a complete and total meal replacement. This is meant to be a supplement. And their brochure they actually sent with them is actually really good at explaining that, which is kind of good, because I assume this is meant to be complete meal replacement, and it's not. It actually kind of says in here, 90% of survival situations, additional food will be available. These things are meant to be that little something extra that keeps you going, that keeps you from bonking out on that tough day or when things are bad. Plus, they're just really small, portable. I mean, look at them. They're all in resealable containers. These little Mylar bags have so you can close them back up after you're done. So if you're using these and you are eating 1 per hour, you can seal these back up. You're not ruining the rest of the bag. Likewise, you got these containers. They're nice waterproof containers. You can store water and stuff like that. Really just a cool idea. Now, the only thing I don't like is the low amount of calories and that there's no fiber in them. But, I'm not a scientist. I don't know why they excluded fiber. Maybe it's to give it the better shelf life. I don't know. I mean, these things have the shelf life on these things. I will literally be like, I look at it, it's like, I'm going to be like 68 years old when these things, the shelf life runs out. So these things just have an incredible shelf life. So let's pop one of these open and take a look. You know what, guys? I'm not going to eat these on camera. I'm going to eat a couple, but do I really need to put a camera at myself and show you guys eating? If you really want to see me eat, send me a check for like $20 and I'll make like a DVD of me eating any kind of food you're into. But for the sake of filming, we don't need to watch me eat. So these things open, and there's the you can see the resealable there, and we'll pull these out, and these ones are actually chocolate. There's a couple different flavors. I've tried chocolate strawberry, the original, and the vanilla malt, and the butterscotch. I've actually, believe it or not, guys, they sent a whole bunch of these little ones for me, which is awesome because it gave me a chance to try these out before I made the video, which is kind of cool. I like the vanilla malt the best, and I think I like the chocolate the second best. But they're all pretty good. Now you can see they're kind of a pill form. They look like a big old aspirin. They kind of got that starchy feel like an aspirin to them. But they texture-wise are very much like a bakery cookie. They got a crunch to them. but once they get in your mouth, they hit a little bit of moisture. They kind of break up and they're crumbly. They're not, a lot of like Life Raft food, the survival bars and things like that are really super hard, and especially when you're out in the cold, they're just like trying to chew, through granite. They're edible, but barely. These are actually enjoyable, which is what I like about them. When you're popping these in, you don't need, like if you're really dry and you're really dehydrated, Life Raft food can be terrible when you're really dry. It can be really tough on your stomach. I tried these a couple different times, couple different days, empty stomach, full stomach, no irritation, no issues with anything like that. They went down really good even when I was, hadn't had anything to drink in hours, no issues whatsoever. But like I said, they're like a bakery cookie. They're kind of crumbly. They go down real easy, a lot better than any Life Raft food on the market, better than 99% of like the energy bars and power bars out there. Because some of those are like, they're just like chewing into concrete. These are actually kind of soft and crumbly, and the flavors are pretty decent. These are actually enjoyable. These are something, if somebody had them in a candy dish at work and I grabbed a couple, I would probably go back and grab a couple more. They're actually enjoyable. So we're going to pop a couple in and try and talk with our mouth full. So like I said, these things are kind of crumbly, like a cookie. They go down real easy. Little kind of like I know, wicked rude here, chewing and talking. A little bit kind of sticky as they go down too, but not bad at all. They go down real easy. They're, they're not bad. They're not filling. I had these for dinner one night, and you're still going to be hungry. We're going to shut these down. Let me finish these so we can talk again, guys. Sorry. They're not filling. They're not going to fill you up. You're not going to feel like you had a good meal. But you know what? When the kind of situations you're going to be in where you might actually need these, it's not about filling your stomach up. It's about just keeping your blood sugar levels up there, keeping things going, not getting dizzy, not feeling weak. You see it all the time. You're watching like survival shows, and people are out there 2 or 3 days, and what happens to them? They start getting sick. Some people get sick and start throwing up. Some people get dizzy. They black out. They fall over. This is something that's meant to prevent that kind of thing, to give you that little bit just to keep going. So I think they're really good. I really, really enjoy them, and I definitely intend after this backpacking trip, if these go well and I find that these are suitable, I'm definitely going to buy a couple of tubs of these to keep away, because so far the initial impression is really good. Like I said, the only thing I want to do is I want to see how they do 3 days on the trail, hard work, hot, sweaty, miserable. Will these things be enough to keep me from bonking out on the trail? And I'm sorry guys, I'm getting older. I can't go like I used to when I was 20 years old, or even 25 years old, or even 30 years old. I'm a lot closer to 40 now than anything, and I can't do it like I could 20 years ago. So something like this, is this something that would replace Gorp? Is this something you could throw a packet of these in your pocket and go along as you hike, so that way you're not feeling, a little woozy? We'll see. So probably about a month. I believe my trip is scheduled for the 3rd week in April. So you can probably expect the follow-up video in early May on these. But they're definitely worth checking out if you're interested. And if you can kind of look and see, all the reviews on these are actually pretty positive. There's really a lot of good stuff to say. And, they're a tad expensive. But then again, when it comes to your life and survival, expensive sometimes is a good thing. So hope you enjoyed, and we'll see the follow-up in about a month.